everyone, welcome back to Louise Plus 10. Thank you for heading over to watch today's video. Welcome to any new subscribers. Hopefully you're going to get the cleaning motivation that you need from my channel, because as a mum of 10, there's always something to clean. Right, I'm starting my day off today with a nice cup of coffee. No sugar, of course, because I'm on a diet again, because last year, guys, I put about 1.5 stone back on. So far, I've been doing it a week and I've lost 2 pounds and I get weighed every Monday. But I have been really good. But I have to have my morning coffee to motivate me. So if you've not already done so, go and grab yourself a coffee, get some caffeine in your body, and come along and clean with me.
Okay everyone, so over the past few days I've been quite busy in between working, just sort of trying to deep clean some of the house. I've been wiping paintwork down, skirting boards, door frames, pulling furniture out, cleaning behind it properly. When you see me wiping the walls, you can see they've gone wet. Don't panic about that. It is just fairy liquid and some warm water. And as my paint is silk paint, it is wipeable, so it will just dry straight off. You know, when you've got kids, you're always finding some mark on the wall or fingerprints or goodness knows what. So yeah, that's what we've been doing this past few days. This doll's house in my daughter's bedroom, I did it a couple of days ago. It is absolutely huge. You cannot see the full scale of this doll's house, but it takes up most of one wall, to be honest with you. It really attracts the dust though. It's really annoying. So what I'm doing here is I'm just sort of wiping everything down with a damp cloth and some water and then drying it off again. This room is such a small room, we've actually had a big swap around again. So what we've done is we ended up moving her doll's house into the hallway because she was moaning she didn't have enough room to play. So as you can see against that door, it is huge. And when we did it, the amount of accessories Poppy actually has for this doll's house is unbelievable. She's got about 50 odd Barbie dolls and 30 odd ponies and horses, and she's got like a big camper van, she's got a car. Honestly, the amount of stuff she's got is unreal. So she ended up sorting through it all, and it took her about an hour to do it. So anyway, we've done all the deep cleaning over the past few days, so today's video is just about keeping on top of things really. It's just about walking into a room and doing a few simple things to make it half decent, if you like. So we've started off in one of the bathrooms. I'm using the Sephora bathroom spray, which is a new thing that I've tried out recently, and I have to say it smells really good. So all we've done is we've sprayed the sink, the mirror, the shelf, as you can see, and we're using a wet cloth to wipe it all and rinse it all, and then I use a dry cloth to dry it all off. If I don't dry things off, I feel like it's a job half done, because it doesn't look as nice, does it, as completing the job. Dry it off, you know. So I'm doing the same with the toilet. I'm just spraying all the toilet down, using a damp cloth to wipe it all, and then a dry cloth to dry it off. No one wants a wet bum when they sit on the seat, do they? It's bad enough when you sit on it and one of the boys have peed on it and you didn't realise. So yeah, I always dry it off when I've finished. And we're going to be using the new product that I've purchased recently. It's called the Pink Stuff Foaming Toilet Cleaner. So all you do is you get a sachet, open it up. When you've cleaned your toilet, pour it down, and it all bubbles up and expands, and it cleans your toilet. So I'm just using the toilet brush just to clean it all inside, and then we will flush it and your toilet's nice and clean. I mean, I'm not saying this stuff is better than bleach or anything, but I've just been trying out new products lately. To be honest with you, it would be more simpler just to pour the bleach in like I normally do and then just flush the chain. So the final thing in this bathroom is just to give the floor a bit of a mop. I like to do that every day because, as I say, the boys can wee on the floor and God knows where. You know what it's like if you've got boys. And that just took me literally 4 minutes, 5 minutes max. If you've not got 5 minutes in your day to do that, then there's something not right. So this room now, where the doll's house was, is now a spare room. So what I've done is bought me myself one of those simple put me up wardrobes. You get 2 poles in it. It expands from the floor to the ceiling, and then you have your little poles where you hang your clothes up. And I'm putting all my shoes in there, etc. So I've just given that a little bit of a mop. So this room here, as you could see, there was like dressing gowns on the floor, which I've picked up, and there's a few other things. I've just got to put them where they belong. It's just freshening up the room, really, making the bed. As I've said in previous videos, an unmade bed can make a room look so untidy, yet in hindsight, it's not. So just making the bed can make a massive, massive difference to a room. So that's what we're doing now. We're just making the bed. Always have a home for everything. I always have a home for everything. Because then you're not searching for things, they're not lying all over the place. You know exactly where to go to find something, and it makes life so much easier. Opening the window, I always like to open the windows when I'm cleaning a room. It just brings in some natural fresh air. You can use as many cleaning products as you like in a home, but if you've not got that air flowing through, it's never going to smell quite right, because when the cleaning products have worn off, it's still going to be like musty, you know. Always let some air in. So we're just hoovering now. Again, there's not much to hoover, just any stray hairs or dust or crumbs if there is any. And then finally, we'll give the floor a bit of a mop. So people say to me, Louise, your home's so tidy, you don't even need to clean it, or it was clean before, etc., etc. But this is how I keep my home clean, because if I wasn't going over it and religiously doing it, keeping on top of it, it would build up to a much harder job. So just because something doesn't look a mess, it doesn't mean that there's no dust hidden or crumbs or goodness knows what, but it's only because I keep doing it. That is why my home is tidy. So in this room, it's one of the boys' rooms. I'm just putting a clean pillowcase on one of the pillows. There was a few stains on it, so I took it off, put it in the wash. Just straightening the bed up a little bit. I've also put the duvet into wash because the duvet was actually a bit grubby. Lucky enough, you can wash duvets. That's, you know, really, really good. Putting the dinosaurs back and the toys back, etc., etc. It is a very, very small room, this room. And I don't know if you can see this dust. I've not done it for a few days, but it really is bad. So we're going to give that a bit of a clean. Again, a wet, damp cloth. Give it a good clean over, a good wipe, and then use a dry one to dry it off. I actually hate this black TV stand. I feel like they attract so much dust. It is absolutely horrific. So I'm going to have to change that out at some point. But we've had it for years. I think it's gone through a few of the children. As you can see here, Wesley is hoovering. He wanted to help me, hoovering the bed, etc. Bless his little heart. And now I am just hoovering down the stairs. I am using my Henry Hoover quite a lot lately. You might have noticed that. I have got a Shark Hoover and I've got a Vax Hoover, but I'm really loving my little Henry Hoover at the moment. And I did have one years ago, but I found it so heavy, but then I would have been pregnant, and I didn't like it. So that's why I got my Shark, but I really do like it at the moment. You can see I'm using a damp cloth to wipe the actual wooden stairs down. They get really, really dusty. So the entranceway, we're just giving that a really good hoover. There is always a lot of mess in this entranceway, dust, dirt, footprints, and even though we all take our shoes off at the door, we don't do it outside because it's wet. We do it when we get inside, we take them off and then we put our slippers on. We'll still get loads of footprints and goodness knows what. Just giving this a little bit of a wipe under the stairway. This actually gets really, really dusty. There you go. We'll just give it a little bit of a mop underneath there. So even though we're doing a basic clean-up, because of the size of the house, it can be really, really quite time consuming. So I don't always film everything I do, because I feel like if I was to film everything, it would get a bit boring. But when you see me sort of doing a couple of bedrooms, I do go on to do all the bedrooms. So making the bed, tidying the room up. Oh, honestly, it can be really quite tiring. And as you can see, I'm just cleaning this bathroom as well. Again, using the Flora bathroom spray. Apparently, it kills 99.9% of germs, and it can be used on many things. Tiles, bathtubs, sinks, all sorts. And like I say, the smell is really, really good. Now we've ripped the flooring up in this bathroom, so at the minute it's just the wooden floorboards. The lino, because the floor wasn't bordered underneath it, water had sort of seeped in and started turning the lino black near the bath. So I've ripped it up, and we're actually going to have to get new flooring rather. So I only normally do this when I'm doing a deep clean, but I've just spotted a bit of dust and it's driving me mad. So I've just cleaned it. Sometimes if I see something, I have to clean it straight away or I forget. The dust that accumulates on these banisters and spindles. Oh my days, it drives me potty, honestly. It is such a long, time consuming job. It is a pain in the bum. But a job's got to be done, right? So, we're just going to give the hallway and the stairs a bit of a hoover. Nothing fancy, nothing that takes time, you know. Again, it's what, 2-3 minute job just to quickly hoover this space. We haven't got to pull everything out because we're not deep cleaning, so we're just sort of hoovering around everything, just trying to make things look more presentable. That's what I'm doing today. I don't know if anyone else has got a Henry Hoover, but I feel like these hoovers pick up really, really well actually. Let me know if you've got one and what you think. They can be a bit heavy when you're carrying them up the stairs, but the idea was, when I bought this Henry Hoover, was I use the Henry Hoover downstairs and then I use my Shark Hoover upstairs. But like I say, I do prefer the Henry Hoover at the moment. I actually bought it for the downstairs and for cleaning my car because it's got all the crevice tools, etc, etc. Right, the kids have actually washed the dishes for me, which is really, really lovely of them, but I'm just coming in doing a few finishing touches. So they hadn't cleaned off the sink or anything. They've left wrappers and food in the middle bit. So all I'm doing is using a little bit of bleach just to give it a wipe out, drying off the drainer, and just, yeah, doing a few final touches, you know, just drying it off, making it neat, making sure there's no food in the plug holes, etc. So I'm now just soaking my cloths in a bit of bleach, and I'm using a bit of the Method spray that you saw in my video the other day, just to quickly wipe off the worktops, just to give it a freshen up. So yeah, that is the video done with, guys. Just a basic clean-up, just to keep on top of things. It really doesn't take long. You know, a few minutes in each room, that's all you need. And I really hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You take care. See you in the next one. Bye.